Just before turning 50, our speaker today decided to address his lifelong battle with stage fright. Today you will be presented with some interesting internet items about stage fright. With his speech titled, "Am I Crazy?" Here is competent communicator, competent leader, Walt Grassel.
A popular internet meme says, if you're not going to speak up, how is the world going to know you exist? For the first 50 years of my life, severe stage fright was keeping me from letting my existence be known. I did as many people have done, and I joined Toastmasters in an effort to conquer stage fright. For this project, I did some research on stage fright that I'm going to be sharing with you today. My main source was the internet, and like the Bible, with the internet, you can prove both sides of any argument, or argue both sides of any schism. So, caveat emptor, buyer beware. According to the World Health Organization, 75% of the population suffers from stage fright. That's 3 out of 4 people. And according to the Global Fears Top 10, most people would rather die instead of talking in front of a live audience. Let me give you the first 5. Fear of public speaking or stage fright, which is called glossophobia, like lip gloss, oh I'm scared. Fear of death or end of life is number 2. Fear of spiders or arachnids, arachnophobia, is number 3. Fear of darkness or twilight is number 4, and they have 3 or 4 long names that I'm not going to try and pronounce. 5 is the fear of heights, Agoraphobia. Now what I found amazing was fear number 8, Agoraphobia. I thought the people living in Agora only thought the people in Malibu were It's really the fear of open spaces or squares. And number 10 is claustrophobia. I thought that would have been higher than one in the list, but it wasn't. Now, freedictionary.com defines phobia as an intense but unrealistic fear that can interfere with the ability to socialize, work, or go about everyday life brought on by an object, an event, or a situation. And it goes on to say that phobias are among the most treatable mental health problems. Time out. Does that mean I am or was crazy? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Does that mean that you were crazy if you suffered stage fright earlier? And do you know that some speakers have turned to beta blockers or hypnotherapy to overcome their stage fright? Others take a drug called Toastmasters. In a blog entitled Overcoming Stage Fright, Farouk Radwan posits that stage fright is not caused by a single factor, rather many factors are responsible for this experience when you face an audience. And having lived through stage fright for 50 years, I'm going to let you know how these possible causes line up with my situation. The first one is having a self-image problem. And I'd say, meh, a little bit. Perfectionism, 2 thumbs up. Self-consciousness, yeah. Fear of embarrassment, big time. Being afraid that other people will notice you afraid, not so much. Fear of being judged in a bad way, a little bit. Improper breathing, you're supposed to breathe? That explains that one. And can't remember what you're saying? I had that too. So he believes stage fright is not the cause, but it's a symptom for underlying problems. And if you can address those underlying problems, you can address your stage fright. So what can we conclude about stage fright? Well, more likely than not, when you meet someone, they have stage fright. 3 out of 4. If you have stage fright, you're normal. However, if you have stage fright, you have a mental illness. Not only that, you have multiple mental illnesses. The good news is that most of us in this room have come to grips with stage fright. Our mental illness has been cured. We are speaking up. The world knows that we exist. Thomas Edison said, if we did all things we are capable of, we would astound ourselves. Well, we are not only astounding ourselves, we're astounding others. Madam Toastmaster.